Dragon. Premiering Monday, March 31st.
Cartoon Network Popcorn will be back with Codename Kids Next Door.
Regular show. New series premieres Monday, September 6th at 8:50.
What a cartoon show! Sunday at 6 on the World Cartoon Headquarters, Cartoon Network.
Throughout the years, Cartoon Network has aired pilots on their channel or on YouTube. Some to test the waters, others that's fate has already been decided. From 1995 to 1997, they would show them through What a Cartoon, which was a block on Cartoon Network that would show kids new pilots and ask them to vote for their fave. And the winner would be picked up for a full show. From 2000 to 2001, they had Friday's Big Pick, which was basically the same idea. Or, like stated before, they would just put them on their YouTube. Some pilots that were distributed like this are still beloved and well known today, like K&D, Dexter's Lab, Cow and Chicken, and many, many more iconic CN shows. But not every pilot gets picked up. Sometimes the studio doesn't see a direction the show could go. Maybe other times the studio didn't have the budget to pick it up at the time. Maybe it was ahead of its time. Maybe a change of hands in WB led to what was once picked up becoming cancelled, leaving behind only the pilot. Whatever the case, not every pilot is lucky enough to be picked up. But looking back, there are a lot of these shorts that should have been picked up, at least personally. Pilots that should have been given the chance to stretch their legs and show what they're made of. So let's go through some. I've binged through a long list of pilots pitched to Cartoon Network and picked a handful out that I think were a missed opportunity on Cartoon Network's part and could have led into some really funny and really interesting shows.
Him and tell me there's a God. He made me in his own image.
Danger Planet is a short created by Derek Dryman that follows a discontinued arcade machine and a discontinued forklift trying to protect a baby in space from a shape-shifting alien. It's one of those shorts that feels so complete and funny and so well made that you automatically think, well, obviously this was picked up, look at it. But yeah, it's on this list for a reason. Most of the pilots this short came from Cartoonstitute, Jesus, didn't end up being picked up by CN, with the exceptions being Regular Show, Uncle Grandpa, and Secret Mountain Fort Awesome. It feels like such a missed opportunity because this short has so much character to it. From the fun and unique designs, the awesome voice casts, and the amazing backgrounds.
Humans?
Yes? Yes, yes?
People!
Of course! So that means the baby must be that one there. Hello, baby!
Coochie coo. His first word.
There's some really creative environments in this. In the pilot, the main factory the two characters come from looks like cobbled together photos of an oil rig. The inside has conveyor belts everywhere with a cold blue haze. Everything feels cold and robotic, lifeless, until the unit that we follow bursts up to life.
I'm alive! Well, not really, right, pal? Huh? I mean, sitting here on a warehouse shelf isn't much of a life, but someday soon we'll be shipped to Earth where humans can play with us all day long.
The ship the two main characters end up on is painted roughly with brush marks visible. The character design for the alien is great too. He keeps shifting and never keeps one shape. The shapes he does take up, fucking freaky, man. I love the contrast of scary as fuck alien who wants to eat children that is also voiced and written really funny, and contrasted to sillier designs.
A wise choice. Mechanical device? That is definitely the baby. Now, you had better take the baby inside, to the warm.
That's a great idea, pal. Thanks.
Hurry, baby needs warm.
The human design in this is also really cool. Chunky boots, big gloves, bright green hair. I think out of all the pilots I'm covering in this video, this one has the visuals I like the most. Something about it feels like a perfect middle ground from early 2000 CN geometric designs and 2010 CN's digital cleanliness. The pilot ends on a semi-cliffhanger that sets up the main conflict of what would have been the show. I do enjoy the shows that were picked up from the Cartoon Institute, but man, this feels like such a missed opportunity. It's almost like it could have been CN's Invader Zim.
Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What? Zim! What?
With humor that's silly, but also a bit dark.
Don't leave me! What? No, don't turn around.
2016, CN trademarked the pilot, meaning there must have been some plans to pick up the show at some point. Hopefully, this isn't the last time we see these characters on World. Also, side tangent, I love how you can just tell that the baby crying is D. Bradley Baker.
You bet. What's your problem?
You can't fool me, Baker. I can pick out your voice from anywhere. Also, side tangent, I really like D. Bradley Baker's voice.
Get one step closer. And me, trying to survive without becoming extinct.
Nikki is a show that actually feels like it'd be at home at Disney Channel rather than Cartoon Network, which makes sense given one of the creators, Deborah Solomon, was involved in the animated portions of Lizzie McGuire, being the animation supervisor and even creator of the animated version of Lizzie. You can definitely tell looking at both cartoons. The other creator is Todd Kessler, who's known for co-creating Blue's Clues. Huh. Kind of funny you got someone from Disney and someone from Nick coming together to make a pilot for Cartoon Network. It's a pretty funny and sweet short about two friends trying to help a woman who was just dumb. It kind of reminds me of the old Aussie cartoon Tracy McBean in its tone and designs. A reference that will be completely lost on international viewers, but every Aussie who's watching this just dropped their jaw and went, holy shit, I remember that. Here's another one. Remember Dogstar? I liked Dogstar. I think I'm the only one who watched Dogstar. What was it talking about? Oh, right, the short. The short is very casual and loose with its art style, with the kids imagining whimsical versions of people around them. At least, I think it's the kids imagining. I think people might just be like that in this world.
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
Yeah? Well, I hate you too! And your know-it-all parakeet!
You are a complete weirdo!
Yeah? Well, this complete weirdo is completely out of here!
I love the expressions, and the animation is so
Squiggly.
If made a full series, it probably wouldn't look this
Squiggly.
Looking at other pilots that got picked up, like the regular show pilot, they have really smooth and fluid animation in the pilots that isn't really seen in the picked up series. It can be too expensive to produce that level of quality for a whole series. I think it could have been interesting to see this show go on. It reminds me quite a bit of As Told by Ginger. Not just because the main character is Ginger. The main character, Nikki, is really sweet and charming. Tries so hard just to cheer up this one woman who just ends up getting back with the asshole that dumped her.
Can't you see what a creep he is? Ugh, that's disgusting.
I don't know, you just don't see cartoons like this anymore, both in style and writing. It's so casual and slice of life. The crazy elements feel like a representation of how children see the world around them and view adults. It would have been great to see such a different show on CN at the time, with a main character that's a girl. I mean, yeah, around the same time we had Powerpuff Girls, and I love that show, but there's something special about this short and about Nikki. She feels like a kid you could actually bump into. She feels like a real girl, which isn't the type of character or show you saw on CN back then. Not really. I feel like this show could have been Cartoon Network's equivalent to Hey Arnold. A very down-to-earth, casual show about kids being kids and acting like kids.
Nikki, you've got to get a hold of yourself. Are you listening to me? You're a selfish, ungrateful creep!
Did you just call me?
Finally, she has her knight in shining armor.
You're not a tough kid. You're not a strong kid. You're not a
Or a beer like Utica Club that is naturally aged.
Hey, Micah, does your person have brown hair?
Nope. Hey, Dan, is your person afraid of dogs?
Yes. Profoundly.
Okay, Utica Cartoon, created by brothers Fran and Will Craze, is... Look, to be honest, this is the part of my script that I've rewritten the most. It's a short about a bear in Utica, New York, trying to eat for free forever at a restaurant by continuously beating its hot dog record, with his friends, a monkey, a turtle, and a cat helping him.
Hey, Johnny, Marty, do you guys want to come along?
Nah.
Yeah, we're still trying to crack this baby open.
To get at the chocolate bombs within.
Hey, Future Grudge, it's like It's like 2 a.m. I'm editing this, and I had like a realization that this short came out in 2001, just a few months before 9/11, and it has a joke in it about a bomb going off in New York. This would not have come out if it came out like a few months later. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Back to the video.
Marty, there's no chocolate in that one.
It's one of those pilots where I can't really see it working in the state of Cartoon Network at the time. This short aired
The Big Pick
and was voted last place by the children watching at home, which I guess I can understand. Most kids could find this show slow or weird. The creators in an interview a few years later reflected on the short and realized that they didn't really make a short for kids. It was for 20-something art school grads. The short that ended up being voted to go ahead as a TV show was Codename Kids Next Door, which was all about kids versus adults, which kids latched onto way more at the time than 4 20-something animals who only have $17 to their name. Funny that around a decade later, regular show would premiere with a very similar premise, and kids loved it. I think it could have been a case of right place, wrong time. This short has been slept on for years, but God, did I find it so fucking funny!
Root beer float.
It reminds me a lot of the Barman's Spider-Man shorts created by Small Boo, with how fluid and silly the animation is, and the voice acting too.
I am shocked and appalled that I was served hot dogs containing mechanically unseparated monkeys.
The designs and backgrounds are so simple, and the gags are just silly. My brother caught a gag in the pilot where the mustard bottle is labeled like an element on the periodic table, and that's such a subtle and funny joke. A lot of the humor, though, is in how the characters are animated. I once saw a clip of Ian Jones-Cordy, creator of OKKO, explaining how Pendleton Ward, creator of Adventure Time, once told him how jokes and comedy isn't just setup and punchline.
And it's like, well, that's not all a joke is. A joke could be the funny way a character sits down in a chair. A joke could be the funny look that someone has on their face, you know?
That's the humor philosophy I feel like this show has. No, it's kind of hard to explain the appeal of this short. It's something you'll have to watch for yourself. It seems so ahead of its time. Like if this came out on Newgrounds a few years later instead, it would have been viral. There's so many visual gags and little jokes that you could only do in animation.
Sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought hot dog parasites had eaten you from the inside out. Keep on eating, champ.
I have no idea how a show like this could even be structured for television. Maybe just continuing a slice of life element where the friends live their silly little lives. Kind of like Apple and Onion. The jokes are so good. The characters are so well animated. I just want more. I want more. I think this short and the final one I'll talk about are my two favorites on this list. I just keep coming back to rewatch this one, and I'm still laughing at it.
Well then, I guess it's showtime! Gun!
Anybody else?
Pillywag's Mansion is a pilot that technically breaks the rules by not being fully animated, but it's puppets, so who cares? It's animation adjacent. Pillywag's Mansion was actually created by Sam Merritt, and if his name doesn't sound familiar, his voice certainly will. Sam voiced Muscle Man, Benson, Pops, and pretty much half the characters in regular show.
Come on, Pops. I think you need to be a little tougher with Muscle Man here. Oh, I don't think I can yell. No, too much dancing. I'm trying my best.
as well as some other voice roles in Adventure Time and Gravity Falls.
I can't imagine anyone who would harm someone as beautiful as this.
Okay, fine. So you learned our secret. We're jerks, okay? We have more hair than we know what to do with, and we keep it to ourselves just to tick humans off.
Before working on a regular show, Sam studied at CalArts where he met his now close friend J.G. Quintel, creator of Regular Show. This show is weird. The main character doesn't look like a normal puppet or even a Muppet. He looks like a 2D drawing that someone made into a puppet. Almost like it came straight out of a cartoon. The short is strange and wacky, but also quiet. It definitely feels like a parody of children's puppet shows.
Ooh, I see someone new. Victoria, who is this we have here? Oh, well, it's very nice to meet your new boyfriend, Victoria. When you have someone special to love and hold, you're not just a doll, you're a doll in love.
The main character is a man who kidnaps people and has them on his talk show that doesn't exist. As in universe, it's not real. He's just talking to a wall. He also has talking screens and a goblin eating popcorn. It's weird. I like it.
Blinky, are you ready? I remember not one word about Master Pillywag's show being fake. I don't want a scene like last time.
There actually is an animated segment in the show that relates to the question of the day Pillywag asks.
Today's question is it better to be big or small?
Well, as I was saying, the idea...
Don't answer now, Professor. It's not your turn. Everyone, think about your answer while you watch the cartoon, and I will answer it at the end of the show. Blinky, let's play the cartoon.
Following two aliens invading someone's house for the soap, this show feels like it would have fit right in with some other CN shows at the time, like Gumball and Mad. I think if the show was picked up, it would have been a good opportunity to show shorts and little animations made by people at CN Studio. With the majority of the show being focused on one location with already made puppets, it probably wouldn't have been too expensive to produce, with the only animated portions being a few minutes long. Honestly, I think it's a missed opportunity that this wasn't picked up. The vibe feels like it fits somewhere between Adult Swim and CN with how chill and calm the humor is, but that's probably why it wasn't picked up in the first place. I can see kids losing interest in this show with how slow and calm the humor is.
This is called Tree, Sky, and Pebble. A tree looked up toward the big blue sky and said, I wish I were as big as thine. But a pebble looked up from far below and said, Who art thou to thinkest so? I am a pebble, and small I may be, but there's more to life than the size of thee. And what this is saying, of course...
Oh, and that bell is telling us that it's time for the question of the day.
It's dry and smart/dumb, and it would definitely have been a gamble to pick this up. But, I don't know, I think it could have worked. Maybe even rework it so instead of a TV show, Pillywag is a mascot for a block on Cartoon Network to show shorts, similar to the Moxie show. I think that could have been interesting.
Excuse me, Jasper?
Oh. Ooh, all right. Hey, let's hear this poem.
Trust me, it'll be cool.
Cool coupons to reveal lots of slimy goo and a fun figure hidden inside.
We made it! It's finally over. School's actually out. These next 3 months will be the best of my or anyone's life. Beach ball, please.
Got it.
AJ's Infinite Summer comes from previous board artist for Regular Show and later executive producer on OKKO, Toby Jones. It's a short about a teen trying to find things to do and kill time during summer vacation. The things in question being completely out of this world.
Oh, yeah. That building's speaking my language. Let's go tell it to hire me.
Do you know what you're doing?
Yes? No.
The show feels like a cross between Phineas and Ferb and Regular Show, which, you know, makes sense considering Toby was a board artist on Regular Show. But I can also see some OKKO in this short. Like in KO and Regular Show, everyday people treat extraordinary things like it's no big deal. My brother gave me a really interesting note, with the short's main conflict being AJ getting a job. Feels like what a kid thinks jobs are like.
Hi, I'm AJ. I'm a pretty cool guy. I'd probably be really good at business.
Do you have a resume? Mm-hmm. Well, this checks out. You are clearly a very qualified individual. Welcome aboard!
I also found an interview recently with Toby Jones where he explained the basic log line for the show, which sounds pretty similar to that idea.
I think it would be like, you know, a someone with a childlike view of the world, whose world is. See, I'm immediately breaking on this. He has a childlike view of the world, and then the world reflects that. Like it's a literal vision of his. See, I'm falling apart trying to come up with it.
I think I see what you're getting at, though.
The short is so much fun and really excels in silly, dry humor that I would have loved to see more of. Hey, Future Grudge, again. Yeah, I just want to say that I was looking up some other stuff by Toby Jones, and I found out he actually posted a storyboard for an episode that didn't end up getting made for AJ's Infinite Summer, and it's mostly fully voice acted, and it's just as funny as the pilot.
AJ, we've been waiting at the spa for half an hour. We almost missed our manicures. Why are you over here?
You're crazy, lady. This is the spa. I almost missed my whatever you said.
AJ, that's not a spa.
It's a toxic waste repository.
How did you not notice? I mean, they don't even have a mud bath over there.
And it just proves even more so to me that this show would have been so good and so fun. And God, I wish it was picked up. I'm a big fan of slice of life shows with a twist, and it feels like shows like this don't get made as much anymore. Reminds me of some of the MTV or WB shows from the late 90s to early 2000s like Mission Hill. But at the same time, it's nothing like Mission Hill. I'm not sure how to describe it. Maybe it's the personal nature of the show. The pilot is inspired by Toby's friend AJ, and AJ even voices the main character, AJ. It takes place in a caricature of AJ and Toby's hometown of Fargo, North Dakota, with some of the environments being based on real locations. Toby even managed to get one of his friend's bands to record music for the short. This short has such a personal and fun feel to it. Most of these shorts are pilots I've only recently watched, but me and my brother watched this short online when it came out. And both of us even then were immersed into the world and wanted to see more of it. Alright, I'm pausing and popping in again. I know I should... The more I research after I've already recorded the script, the more I realize, oh, I should have maybe done more research before I wrote the script. But I found some more interesting stuff about this short and about Toby before we finish off. It's because of this short that Toby got the job at OKKO. Ian saw the storyboards for AJ's Infinite Summer and loved it and asked him if he wanted to work on on the pilot for OKKO. Also, I noticed people say sorry in this short the same way they do in OKKO.
Hombres! I sure am sorry.
So that's another very interesting connection these two shows have. Out of all the pilots on this list, this is the one I would have most liked to have seen adapted as a full series. It just feels like it has so much potential and is a product of love. If you want to see more from Toby or of AJ, Toby has an independent film coming out starring the AJ of AJ fame called AJ Goes to the Dog Park. And I highly recommend everyone checks it out when it releases in 2024.
Where are we going?
Does it matter? We have the whole summer ahead of us.
So, there you have it. 5 Cartoon Network pilots that I think could have, or rather should have been picked up. There are other interesting ones that I looked into, but I either couldn't think about how to discuss them or say something that hasn't already been said. But I recommend you check some of these out. I'll link to a playlist of them at the end of this video, and each pilot I discussed can be found in the cards. What pilot would you have liked to see picked up by Cartoon Network? Is there any that you think were a missed opportunity? Talk about it in the comments. Also, big thank you to Hats Off Media for inspiring this video. I would have never made it if it wasn't for his video breaking down the Cartoon Institute. Check out his video after this. Okay, I'm done. I still don't have like a sign off or something. Also, 1K views on the last video. 1K? Holy shit. Okay, cool. Awesome. Also, really funny how I released that video a week before Rebecca Sugar said that she's interested in doing Steven Universe pilots and just needs people to make some noise to show that we're interested. So, pretty good accidental timing on my part. And I don't have a sign off. So, bye.